Good evening and welcome to the Highline Activity Center, where tonight doubleheader basketball here on the Highline Activity Network as the Valley City Highliner boys and girls taking on Northern Cass tonight in Region 1 play. And a pleasant good evening to you. Paul McDonald with you here high atop the Hack on this Monday night as we are heading down the home stretch of the regular season. After tonight, the girls have just 2 games left before they will be looking into the postseason. And the boys, they still have a handful of games left to go before they will be wrapping up the season on the 27th of February. And just a reminder or an update, schedule update if you will. Of course, a lot of you know and you've kind of been following what's been going on with the bubble at the Valley City State University. Regional tournament for Region 1 girls was to be played there. District 1, Region 1 boys, Class B was to be played there. Now those games have to be moved because the games cannot be played at the bubble. And what is going on is the Region 1 girls tournament, which of course is Valley City, Northern Cass, Wapaton, Lisbon, Oak Grove, Kindred, Central Cass. That will now be played at the Shack in Fargo on the campus of North Dakota State University on the 23rd, 24th, and 26th of February. The District 1 and Region 1 boys basketball tournaments will be played here at the Hack on February 27th, March 3rd, and March 5th for the district tournament, and the March 9th, 10th, and 12th for the region tournament. What that means for Highliner fans, the Highliners' final game of the regular season was to be played on February 27th here at home. It was going to be Senior Day and Parents' Day against Kindred. Well, now that the district tournament has been moved here, they will play that game with Kindred, will be on the road at Kindred. So yes, unfortunately, the Highliners will have 2 games in Kindred, and senior night for the boys will now be on February 24th when they host Hillsboro Central Valley. So a lot of moving pieces, a lot of things going on. Just keep an eye on things. We'll update you as we go along, but that's where we're sitting right now as far as where these games are going to be played, when they're going to be played, due to the implayable court at the Bubbles. So things are getting moved around. But what we know for sure, tonight we've got Northern Cass and Valley City. This is the second meeting for the Highliner boys and Jaguar boys. They met back on the 13th of January. And in that game, it was won by the Jaguars 59-45, despite Mike and Matson's 32 points in that game. 18 of those came in the second half, and in the fourth quarter alone, as the Highliners were trying to make a push after trailing by 19 at the end of 3 quarters. Matson came back and scored 14 in the fourth quarter. 14 of the Highliners' 16 points were scored by Matson in that fourth quarter. On the other side, Hudson Reichel, he had a 21-point night against Valley City. And in the third quarter, when the Jaguars outscored the Highliners 21-6, Reichel had 4 3-pointers and scored 12 points in that quarter. Matter of fact, he scored 12, and Brooks Crockett scored the other 9. Those 2 each had the 21 points as they outscored Valley City 21-6 in that third quarter and pulled away what was a close game for the first half. But then they went on that roll in the third quarter, and the Highliners outscored them. Well, actually, they both scored 16 points in the fourth quarter, but just too little too late for Valley City, and they fell by a final of 59-45. Also in that game, Jack Dieterle only scored 4 points, but he had 15 rebounds and a couple of blocked shots in that loss to the Jaguars. Crucial game here now for Valley City as they start a stretch. As they're looking at the home stretch here, as I mentioned, 5 games left to go. 4 are region games, and it was going to be 4 out of those 5 are at home. But as I just told you, now 3 out of those 5 will be here at the Hack. And that last game of the regular season on February 27th will be in Kindred. Well, coming up here in our pregame tonight, we've got more on these two teams. We'll get the starting lineups and our national anthem, and again, girls basketball to follow. And that'll tip off roughly around 7:45, 8 o'clock, since this game is going to be about a 10-minute late start due to the junior varsity game. We're back with more. And a reminder, tonight's coverage of Highliner basketball brought to you on the Highliner Activity Network by Essentia Health. And also, we're going to talk a little bit more tonight about our Education Foundation's super fan of the game. It's they've had this throughout this basketball season. The Education Foundation's super fan of the game brings smiles, school spirit, and excitement to our games. Each home game, one student is chosen as the super fan and receives a large pizza and 4 drinks. A fun surprise made possible by local business sponsors. And sponsoring tonight's super fan is Nodak Insurance, Chris Quilvang Agency. And in the next home game on the 19th of February, that Thursday night, Epworth's Holy Grounds will be the super fan sponsor. And if you'd like to know more, look at next year and you'd like to be part of this, just contact Megan Wharton from the Education Foundation here at Valley City Public Schools. So there is a great opportunity for the kids. And it's funny, when the name is read, who is the super fan, all of a sudden they got themselves 3 friends because they get four pops to go with that large pizza. So they find themselves 3 friends and they are set for the night. But we are getting a good crowd here. The band is playing. It should be a great atmosphere tonight for high school hoops. The Highliner boys and girls taking on Northern Cass. We'll be back with more of our pregame. This is Highliner basketball on the Highliner Activity Network. Paul McDonald back with you here at the Highliner Activity Center. You're just moments away from the tip-off tonight, Valley City and Northern Cass. The boys first and the girls will follow here again around 7:45 tonight for our girls game. And you look at this Northern Cass team. They have won 6 out of their last 10 coming in. As a matter of fact, a little bit hotter than that more recently. 5 wins in their last 7 games. And the last time up, a 65-51 loss to Fargo Oak Grove in their last game. And you go into what the standings look like coming into play here tonight for the Highliners. Of course, the Highliners still looking for that first W of the region. They are 0-8 right now, sitting in 7th place in the region standings. And for Northern Cass, they're not too far up on them. They are at 2-3. So that's the big game right now for Valley City. Playing Northern Cass here tonight. Jaguars 9-5 overall, and the Highliners are 3-12. Central Cass leading the way at 6-1. Oak Grove at 6-2. Then Kindred at 4-2. Wahpeton 4-3. And then Northern Cass 2-3, Lisbon 2-5, and Valley City at 0-8. Of course, the Highlanders looking to get off the schneid. They have dropped 10 in a row, but a couple of 2-point losses out of those 10, and one of them in particular was the game against Lisbon, losing 44-42, had a chance to win in the closing seconds and could not pull it out. Now, our national anthem. And before we get to that, our public address announcer tonight, Matt Nielsen, our public address announcer here this evening.
By the VCHS Pep Band under the direction of Ms. Teddy Dimmer.
And no, Matt Nielsen did not change his voice. Kinley Suffolcool, one of the seniors, hammering out the starting lineups. Oh, I love it. That's the same kind of energy she has in the morning when she reads announcements, too. Again, that starting lineup for the Jaguars. They've got sophomore 5'11" Brooks Crockett. He'll be joined in the backcourt. Miles Froelich, he is a senior 5'7". Hudson Reitzel, junior, 6 foot. Parker Ziske, a 5'9" senior. And Chris Hoyland, he is a 6'2" senior in the middle. That is your starting lineup for the Jaguars. Bryce Laxdal is the head coach, assisted by Chad Whitner and Nick Tice. And, of course, the Highliners with their same cast of characters. Here's Crockett. First shot of the game doesn't go. There's Jack Deedley clearing off the rebound. Again at 15 when these two teams played back in January. Mike and Matson, Finn Doctor in the backcourt. Xander Compson and Jack Samuelson, your forwards. And in the middle is Jack Dieterle. Again, Dieterle, the 6'7" senior. Samuelson, the 6'5" senior. Compson, the junior, about 6'2". And you have 6'1" in Mike and Matson and Finn Doctor in the backcourt. Doctor off the left elbow, goes top of the key to Matson. Matson back here near side. Compson dribble drive baseline, caught off there by Reitzel. Now he gets it back to Dieterle. 2 on the shot clock, 1 at the horn. Shot taken off the mark, didn't hit any backboard. And the shot clock violation. Good defense there by the Jaguars. And they will turn the ball over. It'll be Valley's Northern Cass ball. Jaguars and their blacks with the gold numerals lettering in trim. Valley City in their home whites with the red lettering and the blue numerals with red trim. Here up at the top of the key, Reitzel again at 21. The first time these two teams played, gets that one over Samuelson, but a foul going to be called on Valley City. That's going to be called against Jack Dieterle. It'll be his first team foul. Jared Mickeljohn, Roger Kosowski, and Landon Peel are officials here tonight. Reitzel at the line, shooting 2. First one up, and no. Minute 6 gone, first quarter. Still looking for our first points. And the second free throw is on the way. Rattles around. Nope. Dieterle clears off his second. Highliners back to the way with Matson. Far side, comes across the timeline. Left hand dribble to Doctor. Doctor here on the left wing. Swings it back up top to Dieterle. Dieterle looking down low for the cutter. Compson not there. Starts his drive in, right of the lane. Picks it up, kicks it in the corner. Matson. Matson inside, turns around, shot up the glass, bounces off, can't get it to fall. And a rebound cleared off by Reitzel. And here come the Jaguars back to the way into the front court with Froelich. Froelich gives it off to Reitzel. Free throw line, 16-footer, good. Hudson Reitzel with the bucket. First points of the game to the Jaguars. Pass down low intended for Doctor. Misfires, goes out of bounds. And the turnover gives the ball over to the Jaguars. 6-12, first quarter, 2-0 Northern Cass. Again, coming in 9-5 on the season, 2-3 in the region. Right now sitting in 6th place in the region. Highliners, again, still looking for that first region win. Here's Crockett, dribble to right, baseline right, layup good. Brooks Crockett with a layup on the drive, his first 2. Now Compson, pressure in the backcourt. Doctor brings it across, here to the near side, trapped. Pass inside, Dieterle grabs it through the hands of one of the, I think that was Hoyland, went off his hands and into the hands of Dieterle, and Jack puts it in for the first 2 for the Highliners. About 2:20 into the game. Crockett, far corner, 3-pointer, shot off the mark for Ziske. It did go, Ziske. Parker Ziske knocked down the triple. And it's a 7-2 advantage to the Jaguars. Here's Matson. Again, had a season-high 32 back on the 13th of January. Samuelson, touch pass. Doctor in the corner, left side. Goes down low, back to Samuelson. Turnaround shot up, bounces, back iron, no. Rebound, Hoyland clears off his first, and we've got a whistle. The ball's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Jaguars. So again, senior night tonight for the girls team. The boys' senior night will be coming up on the 24th of February against Hillsborough Central Valley. Here on the near side, Froelich goes back up top. Ziske, bounce pass, stop Crockett, 3-pointer from there, rolls out. A rebound, Matson clears off his first. Highlanders back to the way, down by 5, 4:44 to go first quarter. Matson directs traffic as they clear out for him up top. Gets it off to Compson. Compson left wing past the arc. Bounce pass up top to Samuelson. Samuelson down low. Nice pass. Doctor can't get the reverse layup. Goes off of his hands. Actually was knocked out of bounds. It will stay with Valley City. So that will bring Chase Evenson into the lineup now for the Jaguars. Hoyland will sit down. Highlander ball, baseline near side on the L in Valley. Doctor brings it in. Matson, quick fire, shot up, go. Oh, air ball. I thought it was on the mark, but it was a little too strong. And the backside rebound grabbed by Freilich. Here come the Jaguars into the front court. Baseline drive, right hand, good. Reichel, he's got 4. 9-2 Jaguars. Matson into the front court. Gets it up top to Doctor. Doctor looking inside, goes over to Samuelson. He'll go inside to Compson. Turnaround shot by Zander. Nope. Off the mark. Rebound. Freilich is second. Back into the front court. All the way down is Freilich in the lane. Kicks it. No. Stolen. Compson steal. Gets it up ahead. Matson grabs it. Layup. Good. Zander Compson gets the steal. And the assists. Matson gets his first 2. It's 9-4 Northern Cass. 3:44 to go. First quarter. Up top, Freilich. Watch there by Doctor. Near side, Evenson. Now he'll dribble it up top of the key. Gives it back off to Freilich. He'll back up with the right hand. Now starts in. Driving right of the lane. Going against Doctor. Layup good. Count it. He's fouled, and he has a chance at the old-fashioned three-point play. Finn will pick up his first. Second team foul. So to the line is Miles Freilich, shooting 1. Right-hander's free throw, good. He's got his first 3, and he will come to the bench. Brady Ziske will come in. Biggest lead of the game right now for Northern Cass at 12-4. Pass, middle of the court. Dieterle over to Doctor. Doctor layup, no. Rebound Compson, up and back iron, no. Follow there by Doctor for 2. Then Doctor gets the putback and gets the bucket. 12-6, there we go. 12-6, Jaguars. Crockett, step back, driving baseline. Off bounce pass into the far corner. Ziski's shot, no. Rebound, Dieterle, number 3. Now Compson will bring it into the front court. Zander across the timeline. Up top of the key to Dieterle. Dieterle swings it to Samuelson, far side. Back up top to Doctor. Dribble drive. Left of the lane. The one-hander. Good. Finn's got 4. 12-8 Northern Cass. Ziske in the front court. Near side. Reichel. Reichel steps back. Goes back up top the key to Ziske. Far side. Ziske back here near side. There's a three-pointer by Evenson. Out the back iron. Hits of the 30-second shot clock and bounced off. So it will be still Valley City's basketball. Chance to get that lead down to 1 or 2. 2:17 to go, first quarter. Matson, right wing. Gets near side, Doctor. Free throw line, Dieterle. Matson, touch pass corner, Samuelson. Dribble drive right on the baseline, and a foul going to be called there. Samuelson driving the baseline, and a foul is going to be called on Parker Ziske. That'll be his first team foul. Hoyland back into the lineup, and Freilich back into the lineup for Northern Cass. Still same 5 on the floor for Valley City. Doctor will long it all the way into the backcourt, and it's going to be stolen. Here's Reichel layup, good. And went long with the inbound. Reichel with the steal and the easy layup. 14-8 Valley City, trailing by a half dozen. Reichel with 6. Up top, Matson for Valley City. Into the lane, Samuelson. Jack posting up left side. Now in the lane, turnaround jumper, no. Backside rebound, Freilich gets his 3rd. He'll start up the floor. Comes all the way down into the lane. Kicks it onto the near wing. Three-pointer Reichel off the mark. Front iron, no. Rebound grab by Brady. Ziske goes back up for 2. Ziske with his first 2. 16-8. Lead back to 8 now for Northern Cass. Top of the key, Doctor. Looking down low, nothing there now. Swings at Compson. Free throw line, Dieterle. Back off to Matson. Off the elbow, behind the back dribble. Ball knocked away, and out of bounds it will stay with Valley City. And that will bring Chase Evenson into the lineup for the Jaguars. And Andrew Sikora in for Valley City. Doctor brings it into Andrew, double teamed. Now he'll dribble out of the double team into the left corner, brings it down to the wing. Up top, Matson. Matson starts in. Try to go inside, Dieterle. Ball knocked away, stolen. Turnover number 4 on the Highliners. Back into the front court, Freilich. Baseline left side, Crockett. Up top, Freilich. Long, thought about the 3, no. Dribbles in, now dips it up top to Evenson. Back off here to Freilich. Final minute, first quarter. 16-8 Jaguars. Dribble drive, Freilich. Layup, no. Rebound, Sikora. Andrew clearing off his first. Highliners. About a 10-second differential between shot clock, game clock. Make it about 9 seconds. Near side, Matson, three-pointer left wing, good. There's Micah Matson hitting his first. He's got 5. 16-11, Highliners trailing. Now Northern Cass can go for the last shot with 23 seconds to go. Freilich right on the logo in the front court. Out to Hoyland. He'll give it back up top to Freilich. Watch there by Doctor. Now they'll start the offense. 10 seconds to go. Far side, Ziske. They're looking inside. Goes far side, Hoyland. Left of the lane. In the lane. Shot over Samuelson. No. Short rebound. Grabbed by Samuelson. The shot was short. Evenson grabbed the rebound. Second attempt didn't go by Evenson. Samuelson got that rebound, and that ends the first quarter. Your score at the end of 1. It is Northern Cass 16, Valley City 11. We're back with more Highliner boys basketball from the HAC. And tonight's coverage of Highliner basketball brought to you by Essentia Health Valley City Clinic. Get the time and attention you deserve at the Essentia Health Valley City Clinic. Our family medicine team sees patients of all ages and gets to know you and your family by name. Specialists also visit our clinic so you get trustworthy specialty care near you. Come see our friendly staff and providers for primary care services and more. You'll find us in town next to First Community Credit Union. 16-11 your score. We're at the end of the first quarter. We're back with more. This is Highliner basketball on the Highliner Activity Network. As we get ready to start the second quarter, Highliners trailing by by 5. They've got the ball. Nice pass inside. Matson misses the first shot, gets his own rebound, and puts it back. Nice pass by Sikora. And Matson grabbed his own rebound and puts it in. He's got 7. The lead now down to 3. Little 5-0 mini run here for the Highliners, trailing 16-13. 20 seconds gone, second quarter. Northern Cass, Freilich, near side, three-pointer, good. That is Hudson Reitzel, and again, he is one of those streaky shooters. He gets hot, and look out. That's his first triple of the night. He's got 9. 19-13, pass down low, a little too high for Dieterle. Grabbed by Matson, gets it back to Dieterle. He'll go to Doctor. Doctor, left wing. Top of the key to Colin Compson, now in. Now here's Sikora, back up top to Compson. Gives it off to Matson. They're going to call an offensive foul on Mike, and a little push-off is what they're going to call there on Matson. That'll be his first team foul here in the second quarter. Parker Ziske back in. Brooks Crockett joins Freilich and Reitzel on the floor, along with Parker Ziske. Chris Hoyland. Here's Parker in the lane. Gets it off to Hoyland. Hoyland in the lane, goes back up top. Reitzel for 3, boom. He's got 2 quick three-pointers here in the second quarter. 6 points in the quarter, 12 for the game. 22-13, biggest lead for Northern Cass. Far wing, Dieterle. Up top, Matson. Matson, left-hand dribble, crossover to the right hand. Dribble drive to the lane, splits the double team, dumps it off Dieterle. Shot up, good. Nice dish there by Matson, and Dieterle gets the easy 2. He's got 4. 22-15. Fralick up top of the key for the Jaguars. Right hand dribble. Gives it far side, Crockett. Crockett dribbling in the lane. Goes left hand, right hand. Kicks it near corner. Ziske for three. The lefty, no. Off the mark. Backside rebound. Finn Doctor clears off number 2. He'll start up the floor. Highlanders down 7. 5:55 to go, second quarter. Here's Sikora. Back up top to Matson. Swings it off to Dieterle, far side. Jack gets it back up top. Thompson. Collin to Matson. Gets a pick. They switch. Matson driving through the lane. Rattles out. Nope. A rebound off the hands of Matson into the hands of Fralick. He's got 4. Starts into the front court. Reichel, three-pointer left wing. No. Rebound Dieterle. Goes up with 2 hands. Pulls it down with 1, then throws it away. And we've got a timeout after the turnover. We've got a timeout taken by Northern Cass. And it'll be a 30-second timeout taken by the Jaguars with 5:26 to go here in the second quarter. Northern Cass leading 22-15. When these two teams played back in January, it was a 12-9 first quarter. Low-scoring first quarter. Advantage to the Jaguars. Both teams picked up the offense a little bit in the second quarter, and the halftime score was 29-23, or 27-23. But then it was that third quarter that did in the Highliners. A 21-6 third quarter advantage to Northern Cass. And they went on to win again 59-45. All right, tonight, senior night for the girls. Post game, we'll have the 6 seniors joining us up here. So expect I might not get it worded edgewise, but we could have a fun-filled post game with the 6 seniors coming up here. Pass down low, shot blocked by Samuelson with the hand, but then they say the body got a little too much of Hoyland. Well, I'm going to say it was from they're going to say it was on Xander Thompson from behind. So they're going to say Jack did get a block, but Xander got the foul. That'll be his second team foul. So Chris Hoyland's at the line shooting 2, clanks the first. He's got another one to go. 22-15. Hoyland looking for his first points, has 1 rebound. Free throws up and good. 1 out of 2, 23-15 Northern Cass. Xander Thompson brings it across the timeline. Up top to Doctor. Doctor near side. Samuelson, pass to the arc on the left wing. Top of the key to Thompson, that's Collin. Collin looking for brother Xander in the cut, not there. Now goes up top, Sikora, he gets it to the cutter, Doctor. Into the left corner, Samuelson, drives inside, gets it back out, Doctor. Three-pointer from the wing, good! Finn Doctor knocked down the 3 ball. After the ball's kicked back out to him by Samuelson. 23-18, 7 for Doctor. Highlanders down 5. Crockett up top to Fralick. Al Reitzel, dribble drive in the lane. Near side, Ziske. Ziske starts in against Sikora, goes up with the left hand, good. So Parker Ziske with that bucket, he's got 5, 25-18. Here's Sikora on the far wing. Doctor to Thompson. Inside, Sikora fouled from behind by Parker Ziske, his second. And that'll be the first team foul of the quarter. That'll bring the Twin Towers back in, Jack Samuelson and Jack Dieterle. Wasn't that a Jack Nicholson movie, The Two Jacks? Here's Dieterle, backs his way in, goes up, shot, no, foul going to be called, and that's going to be on Brooks Crockett, I do believe. It is going to be on Brooks Crockett. That'll be his second team foul. That'll send Dieterle to the free throw line to shoot 2. Dieterle's first free throw up. Yeah, rolled it around. Another free throw. Right-hander bends and sends, and good. Might have to get a shot of that there, Beckett, later on. We've got competition tonight. ESPN is here covering the game. So Beckett may have to get a shot of them later on. Here in the far wing, Northern Cass up by 5. Reichel, Ziske, Near side, Crockett got it from Fralick. Crockett inside yard, blocked there by Dieterle, but right into the hands of Hoyland. And they'll reset the offense. Ball still hasn't hit the rim, so we're onside 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. Near side, Crockett, 5 on the shot clock. They've got a foul called on. They bailed him out. They had 5 on the shot clock, and they weren't even looking at the basket. And so now a foul called on Jack Samuelson. That is, let's see, his second. I thought it was his first. Third team foul, because they thought that one they gave to Compson, but they must have did give it to Samuelson. Jack comes out, Sikora comes out. Matson comes back in. Compson back in. 25-20. 3.5 minutes to go, second quarter. Jaguars with the lead in the ball. Crockett dribble drive, layup good. Brooks Crockett has 4. 27-20. Up top, Thompson to Dieterle. Skip pass, Doctor. Right in front of the Northern Cass bench. Top of the key, Thompson left alone. Doesn't shoot, holds it up. Gives it off to Matson. 15 on the shot clock. Matson, near side. Thompson, three-pointer by Zander off the back iron. Rebound, grab by Matson in the lane. Splits the double team. Shot no, foul call. So Mikan will go to the free throw line and shoot 2. Foul going to be called on Brady Ziske. That'll be his first. So Mikan to the charity stripe, shooting 2 here for the Highliners. Or they say no, they're going to say it was before this shot. All right. It was when he was going up before the shot. Inbound, Thompson brings it in off the hands of, no, it was not off the hands of Dieterle, went off the hands of Evenson. It'll stay with Valley City. The good thing, they got a fresh shot clock on that foul. Looking is Doctor, and 5-second call. Turnover number 6 on Valley City. 27-20. Jaguars lead with 2:54 to go here in quarter number 2. Fralick comes across the timeline. Crockett back to Fralick. Fralick goes up top. Reitzel. Crockett. Baseline, kisses it off the glass for 2. He's got 6. 29-20, equaling their biggest lead of the game for the Jaguars. Doctor in the front court. Dieterle, near side, Thompson. Left wing 3, rim, backboard, and then a rebound into the hands of Ziske, his second. He'll bring it up the floor. Jaguars leading by 9. Stops on the left wing, gives it off to Reitzel. 2:12 to go in the quarter. Top of the key, Crockett. Dribble drive left to the lane. Goes up. Blocked there by Doctor, and they're going to say body. Boy, again, looks like all ball on the block. But they will give Finn Doctor his second personal foul. 4th team foul. And that will send Brooks Crockett to the free throw line to shoot 2. First one for Crockett. Good. 5 in the quarter, 7 in the game. Thompson will come in. Sikora will come to the floor. Thompson comes to the bench. Free throw, Crockett, good. 31-20, biggest lead of the game for Northern Cass at 11 as we approach 2 minutes to go, and there's a foul. Drive on the far side. Crockett will pick up his second personal foul. 3rd team foul. So now he is going to take a seat on the bench as Hoyland comes back in. Inbounds comes in to Matson. Matson, left-hand dribble up top to Thompson. Thompson looking inside, not there. Gives it off to Dieterle. Dieterle back off to Doctor. Right side, he comes all the way out from the baseline to the wing. On that far wing, Doctor dribbling in, spin move off the elbow, gives it to Matson. Matson from the free throw line, shot no. Rebound, off the long rebound, grabbed by Reitzel. Northern Cass up by 11 into the front court. Fralick now up top, goes back to the logo, close to half court. 90 seconds to go, first half. Fralick, far side, Evenson dribbling in, picks up the dribble. Now to Hoyland, driving baseline, reverse layup, blocked by Dieterle. And the rebound, Colin Compson, Deedley with another block. That's his second. Up top is Matson. He'll take him from 26. Rolls and got the hometown roll. Matson's second free throw of the night. He's in double figures with 10. 31-25. 31-20. Well, they're going to call it a 2. Yeah, they just called it it's 21-3. Pardon me. Yeah, I'm going to see where'd they get that extra 2. Here's a shot underneath by Reichel, doesn't go, but a foul going to be called on Valley City on Colin Compson. That'll be his first. And team foul number 5. That'll send Hudson Reichel to the line to shoot 2. 31-23. Free throw, nope. Second free throw coming up. Right-hander sends it up. Good. 32-23, Northern Cass. Valley City bring the ball up the floor. 38 seconds left in the second quarter. Driving in, Matson off the glass for 2. Mike and Matson. Matson now with a dozen. 32-25. Northern Cass can play for the last shot. Oyland. Evenson. Hands it off. Fralick. 9 seconds to go in the quarter. Fralick top of the key. 5 to go. Into the lane. Fralick off. Evenson. 1 second. Shot off and no. Air ball. Might have been partially deflected by Sikora. And that is the way your first half comes to a close. So a little bit of a flurry down at the end for Valley City. And they've cut the lead down to 7. Your score at halftime at Valley City trailing Northern Cass 32-25. We're back with your halftime here coming up. And again, the Education Foundation this year has been sponsoring the super fan of the game. Throughout basketball season, the Education Foundation's super fan of the game. It brings smiles, school spirit, and excitement to our games. Each home game, one student is chosen as the super fan, and they receive a large pizza, 4 drinks, and a fun surprise is made possible by the local business sponsors. And tonight, the Superfan sponsored by Chris Quilvang Agency, Nodak Insurance. Chris Quilvang Agency sponsoring tonight's Superfan. And next home game on the 19th, Epworth Holy Ground will be sponsoring this Superfan. Little Liners are coming out to play here at halftime. 32-25 your score. We're back with more Highlander basketball on the Highlander Activity Network. Bob McDonald back with you here at the Hack as we watch the Little Liners girls basketball playing here between the first and second half of our boys game. At halftime, it is Northern Cats leading 32-25. Of course, this being the early game, all other games for high school boys basketball will be starting a little bit later on this evening. Some other games in Region 1. Lisbon is at Kindred tonight, and Oak Grove is at Wapaton. Hillsborough Central Valley, they are hosting Thompson. Carrington's on the road at Griggs Midkota in other games going on around the region here tonight. And again, the girls following here, that will be about a 7:45 tip-off on the senior night tonight. And, of course, they'll probably tip off, now that I think about it, it'll be closer to 8 o'clock because they'll have to get this game done and then get through all of the senior activities. 6 seniors will be honored tonight. And as I mentioned, we will have all 6 coming up here and joining us here in the press box, if you will, or our broadcast area, joining us here after the game tonight. And I've talked with, I think I talked with 5 of them, so I know that the 6th one will definitely get the message. 32-25 is your score here at halftime. Let's take a look at the first half numbers for Valley City. Micah Matson, he has 12 points in that first half and hit a couple of threes, 3 twos, 7 points from Finn Doctor. Doctor also has 4 assists and a couple of rebounds. Matson has 3 rebounds and an assist. Jack Dieterle, 6 points, 4 rebounds, couple of block shots in that first half. For the Northern Cats Jaguars, Hudson Reitzel with 13 points. Brooks Crockett had 8 in the first half. Parker Ziske with 5. Miles Freilich had 3. Brady Ziske with 2. And Christopher Hoyland had 1 in that first half. Highlanders at 11 points in the first quarter, 14 in the second for their total of 25. Northern Cats at 16 in the first, 16 in the second for their total of 32. So again, just an update in case you missed it in our pregame of what's going on with the postseason tournaments for Region 1 and for Region 1 girls. That was originally to be played at the Bubble, the W. Osmond Fieldhouse at Valley City State. That game will now be played, those tournament games, that tournament will now be played in Fargo at the Shack at the North Dakota State University. That's where that game will be played. That tournament will be played. Again, that's going to be the 23rd, 24th, and 26th. That's a Monday, Tuesday, Thursday of February. That Region 1 girls basketball tournament now being moved from Valley City State to Fargo and will be played at the Shack at Valley City State University. At North Dakota State University. The District 1 boys tournament in Class B and the Region 1 boys tournament, those games will be played here at the Hack. That will be the district tournament February 27th, March 3rd, and March 5th. And those 3 dates will be the district tournament. And because of that, the Highliners' last home game of the regular season will now be on the road. They were to be playing Kindred here at home on February 27th. And that was to be senior night and the last home game of the regular season. That game will now be played in Kindred because of the district tournament. And the final home game will be the Tuesday prior on the 24th of February, and that'll be against Hillsborough Central Valley. So that will be here at the Hack. The final game of the regular season here at home will now be on February 24th. That's just a quick update on what's going on with the scheduling, with some changes here as we head towards the end of the regular season. It is getting down there as things are wrapping up quickly. When we come back, we're going to talk in a little bit about some region wrestling. We'll do that on the way. This is Highlander Basketball on the Highlander Activity Network. Again, brought to you tonight by Essentia Health and by the Education Foundation. Well, take a look again. The region, East Region Wrestling Tournament was held in Fargo for girls wrestling here last weekend in Valley City. They opened things up, defeating Mayport CG 60-18 in the opening round. And then in the quarterfinals, they lost to Lisbon 42-29. So then they went through the consolation bracket and faced Rugby, defeated Rugby 46-30. And then they took on Northern Cass and won that one 48-21 to get to the consolation championship, where they played Fargo, and they defeated Fargo by a final of 42-30. So now what happened is they have to take a look at the fifth place team. If the fifth place team and the fourth place team did not play or did not wrestle during the tournament, then those two teams would get to wrestle for a true fourth. Well, Pembina County lost to Grand Forks in that third place match, so Pembina County got fourth, and they would take on Valley City, and Pembina County defeated Valley City at a heartbreaker 42-36 in that match, as Pembina County was trailing 36-30 going into the last two weight classes, and they got a couple of pins in the last two weight classes and won 42-36. So Pembina County moves on to the state tournament, and the Highliner girls wrestling team does not get to the state tournament. Now again, next year there will be an A and there will be a B starting next season. We'll talk a little bit about how the boys did coming up between games here tonight. We are ready for the start of the second half with Valley City and Northern Cass as we get ready here for the second half of tonight's game. Northern Cass leading 32-25 here as we start the second half. Northern Cass will have the ball. Oh, they're doing 50-50, and so she thought I wanted her to get out of the way. No, come up here. I got money for you. All right, here we go. Back here is, hey, the Northern Cass did score right off the free throw right off the get-go, and then I kind of got distracted there. I was trying to buy tickets here. I'm trying to support the school and the junior class with the prom, so I had to buy tickets. Forget about basketball. You were all watching. You know what was going on. I think they're looking at they're looking up into the ceiling. And not sure what they're looking at, because I know they had the little liners between handle. Jim McDaniel is heading into the coach's office to get something. So I don't know if what the situation is. But as is, Highliner ball. So let's get back at it here. Doctor gets it off to Madsen. Madsen, skip pass, Compson, far corner in front of his coach. Dribble drive, left baseline. Goes inside. Nice pass, Madsen for the easy bucket. Nice pass there by Xander Compson. Highliners down 7, 36-29. Here in the near side. Three-pointer, good on the three ball by Parker Ziske. So it is a 39-29, 10-point lead for Northern Cass. Top of the key, Samuelson to the free throw line. Right elbow into the lane. Strong inside shot, no. Rebound grabbed by Crockett. Back into the front court. Crockett left hand near side. He'll get it off to Freilich. Freilich will dribble it up. Top of the key. Right hand dribble. Far side Hoyland. Crockett driving through the lane, through a double team. Shot no, foul call. Dieterle and Doctor were both there, and it will be on Finn Doctor. That'll be his third, first team foul. So Crockett at the line, shooting 2. Misses the first. That'll bring Andrew Sikora in. Xander Thompson will come out. Second free throw for Crockett is in. 1 out of 2. 40-29. Biggest lead, 11 for Northern Cass. Samuelson up top. Dieterle to Doctor. Back up top, Matson. Three-pointer, left wing, good. Assist number 5 for Doctor. Matson knocks down the triple. 40-32, Highlanders down 8. Up top of the key, here's Ziski. Turnaround, shot up, good, and rolling it in is Crockett, and he is fouled. He'll go to the line. And that foul is going to be called on Sikora, his first. Second team foul. So Crockett at the line for the chance at the old-fashioned three-point play. And rattles it out. Can't get it to go. Samuelson with the rebound for Valley City. Gets it off to Doctor. Into the front court, right-hand dribble. Now to Matson. Matson, top of the key to Sikora. Sikora, inside pass, Dieterle. Try to kick it off the Doctor. Ball knocked away. Out of bounds. It will stay with Valley City. 5:05 to go. We're in quarter number 3, 42-32. Advantage here to Northern Cass. Doctor brings it up top. Samuelson. Matson. Matson, right-hand dribble. Gives it off to Sikora. Up top to Doctor. Doctor, right back to Matson. Matson to Samuelson as they work the flex here up top. Samuelson, Dieterle for 3. Boom! Look at that. Big fella steps out and knocks down the triple. So Jack Dieterle showing he can do that. 42-35. Valley City down 7. Here's Hoyland. Off to Crockett. Double drive in the lane. Freilich driving through left hand. Ziski, no. Rebound grab by Dieterle, number 5. Valley City back to the way, down by 7. Doctor top of the key. Gives it off Matson. Lost the handle. Turnaround shot off the glass too hard. Samuelson tipped the ball, but went into the hands of Hoyland, who grabs the rebound. Freilich now brings it up the floor for Northern Cass. Off in the far wing. Ziski through a double team. Cut off there by Samuelson. To Crockett, now to Hoyland. Hoyland, right elbow, left elbow. Now on the left wing. Reichel got it into the corner to Ziski. Ziski goes up top to Crockett. Crockett cut off. 10 on the shot clock. Driving through Freilich. Reverse layup. No. Rebound Dieterle. Went off his fingertips, but into the hands of Sikora. Valley City back the other way. Highlanders trailing by 7. 3.5 to go. Third quarter. Sikora. Samuelson thought about the 3. Doesn't shoot. Now Doctor. Here in the near wing. Goes up top. Samuelson. Back off. Matson for 3. Short. Rebound Sikora. He goes back up with the right hand. No. Foul called. He'll go to the line. Hudson Reichel will pick up his first. Team foul number 2. Not a free throw, not a shooting violation. Samuelson comes out. Xander Thompson in. Reichel will sit down. And in is Brady Ziski. Doctor will trigger the inbounds for Valley City. Brings it into Matson in the corner. Dribble drive, baseline right, and then he is fouled before the shot. Parker Ziski, I believe, will get that. He is going to pick up his third personal. Third team foul. So again, it was before the shot, so the inbounds will be back on the baseline. In, nice pass off the inbounds. Doctor gets it into Matson for the lay-in. Mikan now with 19. 42-37. We approach the 3-minute mark here in quarter number 3. Valley City down by 5. Far wing, Freilich. Up top. Ziski gets it off Crockett. Crockett baseline. Pass. Hoyland. Now near side. Ziske gets it from Freilich. Shot off the rim. Goes out of bounds. Highlander ball. 2:46 to go in the quarter. That'll bring Hudson Reichel back in for Northern Cass. Highlanders trailing by 5, 42-37. The Doctor will bring the ball up the floor for Valley City. Here on the near side, Doctor. Back up top of the key. Dieterle to Matson. Matson left side. Now back to Doctor. Doctor on the near wing. Sikora double teamed in the corner. Tried a baseline pass, and it was knocked out of bounds. And it will stay with Valley City. And that's going to bring Xander Compson back into the lineup. 2 minutes, 24 seconds to go. Inbound, waiting. Compson. Xander gets it to Collin. Top of the key, Dieterle. Back to Xander. Quick jumper, mid-range. No. And then the rebound. Reichel goes up, clears off his third for Northern Cass. Jaguars coming back to the way. On the far side. Now Freilich up top. Man-to-man defense by Valley City. Freilich swings it off to Reichel. Right in front of his bench, Hoyland. Now to Crockett. 15 on the shot clock. Near side, Ziske. That's Brady to Reichel. Now back up top to Hoyland. 5 on the shot clock. Hoyland top the key for 3. Rattles out. Can't get it to go. Rebound on the ground. And loose ball picked up by Xander Compson. Here come the Highliners back the other way. Here's Compson. Stop, pop, mid-range jumper. Comes up short. Rebound. Colin Compson with those long arms. Grabs it. Starts the offense, then throws it away. Turnover. Back to the way. Layup. Hoyland good. Well, the turnover and a 4-point swing there for Valley City. 44-37. Jaguars back up by 7. Here's Compson. Matson, long 3, left wing, front rim, no. And a grab by Hoyland on the rebound. Northern Cass leading by 5. We approach a minute to go. Top of the key, Freilich for 3, no. And Dieterle will get his 6th board. Jack gets it off to Matson. Matson in the front court for Valley City. Now to Sikora. Here in the right wing. Goes left wing to Compson. Xander looking inside, not there. Looking for the cutter, now gets it to Collin. Collin back up top of the key. He'll go left side to Matson. Matson dribble drive and a foul on the dribble drive before the foul, or before the shot. Called against Northern Cass. Reichel will pick up his 2nd. 4th team foul.
His 2nd, team's 4th.
And now the inbounds for Valley City. Sikora lobs it up and stolen by Crockett. Crockett just jumped and stole that one. And they're going to get that. Well, they're going to use, they still have about 6-second shot differential. Shot clock, game clock. Freilich will get it off to Evenson. 15 on the shot clock, 22 on the game clock. Freilich watched there by Compson. And now Xander got a little too close. That'll be his 2nd personal foul. 3rd team foul. So the inbounds on the far side. Brought in Freilich. Now the shot clock is off. They can go for that last shot. Freilich dribbling in. Right of the lane. Left corner Ziske. Left of the lane. Shot up, no. Rebound is Xander and heaves it down the court, and its pass is incomplete. So your score at the end of 3 quarters of play, it is Northern Cass 44, Valley City 37. We're back with more Highlander basketball here on the Highlander Activity Network. Again, coverage of tonight's Highlander basketball brought to you by Essentia Health of Valley City. Everyone needs a primary care provider, partner with a provider who can help you stay healthy throughout your life. Our family medicine team provides primary care services to your whole family, babies, kids, and adults. See us for your next physical or to discuss new or ongoing health concerns. That's primary care for all ages at Essentia Health Valley City Clinic here on East Main in Valley City. We're back with the 4th quarter. 44-37, advantage to Northern Cass. This is Highlander basketball on the Highlander Activity Network. Highlanders will have the ball to start things here in the fourth quarter, trailing by 7. Thompson, Sikora. In the lane, Thompson. Samuelson, right wing 3, short. Off the rim, rebound, Freilich clears it off for Northern Cass. Jaguars back the other way with Freilich into the front court. Right hand hip high dribble, near side, Evenson. Between the circles. He'll swing it off far side. Ziski. Reichel. Driving through in the lane. Backs up. Kicks it back up onto the wing. Evenson. Back to Reichel. 9 on the shot clock. Reichel inside the free throw line. 14-foot fadeaway. No. Rebound. Matson tips it into the hands of Sikora. Highlanders control. Matson into the front court to Doctor. Doctor on that left wing. Down low, Samuelson. Samuelson backing his way in. Kicks it near side, Thompson. Thompson gets it back off to Doctor. Doctor looking inside, Samuelson. Samuelson back up onto the wing. Thompson for 3. Back iron too hard. A rebound knocked away by Samuelson. Rolls out of bounds. It was off of Northern Cass. I was just looking on the bench, and I didn't see Jack Dieterle, and I thought, hey, where's he gone? Well, he was standing at the scorer's table. That's why. So Dieterle comes in. Thompson will come out. Brooks Crockett back in for Northern Cass. Parker Ziski back in for the Jaguars. They lead 44-37 with 6:45 remaining, fourth quarter. Freilich comes across the timeline. Right hand hip high dribble. Don't forget girls basketball to follow. About 20 minutes after the conclusion of this one. Maybe closer to 25 because of senior night. With 6 seniors being introduced. Crockett three-pointer, good. A quick fire from the corner. Crockett knocks down the triple. 47-37, back to a 10-point lead. Biggest lead has been 11. Into the corner, left side, Sikora driving baseline, foul. Now let's see if they give him shots. They will. That's going to be on Crockett. That's number 3 on Crockett. And that will send Andrew Sikora to the free throw line to shoot 2. In neither team, well, there was one 30-second timeout taken by Northern Cass. Neither team has taken a timeout tonight. That's why this game has flown by. In the fourth quarter, we're barely, not even an hour old. Free throw on the way. Yeah, off the mark by Sikora. Only the second time the Highlanders been to the line tonight. Dieterle was 2 for 2 back in the second quarter. And the right-handers, or the lefty's free throw, good. Gets 1 out of 2. First points for Sikora. 47-38. Freilich across the logo, right-hand hip by dribble for Northern Cass. Near side, Reitzel, Ziski. Up top, Freilich. Far corner, Crockett. Watch there by Sikora. Crockett circles around in the lane. Off the Reitzel for 3, left wing, too hard. Long rebound, and what we're going to have, a loose ball foul called on Valley City. That will be on, there we go. It's Jack Dieterle's second. First team foul the second half, on the fourth quarter. Inbound, brought into Crockett on the wing. Crockett, and then a foul there by Sikora. Getting a little bit too close. Andrew will pick up his second personal. Second team fouls. Crockett tried the baseline. So 2 quick fouls here in the fourth quarter for Valley City. Crockett will trigger the inbounds for Northern Cass. 5:52 to go, 47-38 Jaguars. Crockett, ball knocked away by Sikora. Crockett in the corner, grabs it, saves it, gets to Reichel, up top to Freilich. They'll set the offense. Now here to the near side, Ziski. Right-hand dribble up top. Ziski swings it up, knocked away by Samuelson. Jack with the steal, gives it out to Matson. Matson going in, layup, good. Samuelson with the quick hands comes up with the steal. gets the pass. Matson gets the layup. And we have a timeout taken by Valley City. It is a full timeout taken by the Highliners with 5:29 to go here in the fourth quarter. 47-40, Highliners down 7. We're back with more Highliner basketball on the Highliner Activity Network.
Girls basketball parents, please meet by the conference room doors with about 2 minutes left in the game. 2 minutes left in the game. Girls basketball parents, meet by the conference room. Thank you. That is for grades 9 through 12 only. Girls basketball parents, grades 9 through 12, meet at the conference room with 2 minutes to go in the game.
As we come out of the timeout, 47-40 with 5:24 to go fourth quarter. Northern Cass with the basketball. Freilich. Ziski, near side. Reitzel, step side, three-pointer, good. Reitzel now with the three-pointer. He's got 16. 50-40, Northern Cass. Here's Matson driving in. He's going to be fouled. Miles Freilich going to be called for the personal. His second team foul. So that will send Matson to the free throw line to shoot 2. A right-hander, 19 points. First front end misses. Second free throw coming. And it's on the way. Good. Gets 1 out of 2. 50-41. Here is on the elbow. Ziski. Crockett. Right side. Back up top to Ziski. Ziski. Double team. Lost it. Got it back. Onto the wing. Crockett. Top of the key. Reitzel. 12 on the shot clock and a foul called on Samuelson. Jack will pick up his third. And that is the third team foul on Valley City here in the fourth quarter.
His third foul. Team's third.
And underneath, there's a nice move. Reverse layup. No, shot didn't go off the nice move underneath. And the ball was knocked out. It did go off of Northern Cass. It'll be Valley City ball. 4:33 remaining. Doctor will bring the ball into the front court for the Highliners. Trailing 50-41. Underneath, Matson dribbling out of traffic. Left of the lane, shot good for Matson. Matson's got 5 in the quarter. 50-43. In the lane, Reitzel to Hoyland. Hoyland picks up the dribble. Goes back behind Freilich. Freilich top of the key. Backs up with the right hand. Now starts in. Off the right side. In the lane. Kicks it onto the wing. Driving through the lane, Ziski. Scoop shot, no. Dieterle with his 7th rebound. Backcourt, Doctor. Finn gets a screen, and they're going to call a moving screen on. They're going to call a moving screen on Dieterle. Good acting job though by Freilich, and so Dieterle picks up his 3rd personal, 4th team foul. .344 to go here in the fourth quarter, 50-43. Northern Cass by 7. Freilich on the far wing. Gets it off Ziski. Ziski back up top to Fralick. Swings it far side, Reichel. Reichel on the wing. Goes up top to Crockett. Crockett, and a foul there on Sikora. And that's going to be number 3 on Sikora, and that is the 15th foul on Valley City. So Crockett will go to the line and shoot 2 now for the Jaguars. They consult this one away at the line, leading by 7 with 3:21 to go here in the fourth quarter. First one is up and good. 51-43. Free throw up. No. Rattles out. Samuelson grabs the rebound. Here come the Highliners down by 8. Matson up top. Doctor. Three-pointer from there. Good. Then Doctor with the 3 ball. He has got 12. 51-46. 3 minutes to go. 5-point advantage for Northern Cass. Each team with 4 timeouts remaining. So it might be a long 3 minutes. Dribble drive, Crockett layup, good. Crockett just blew by Sikora and got the layup. Sikora had to be careful because he's already got 3 fouls. Here's Matson driving in, baseline left, strong to the hole for 2. Mike and Matson, 7 in the quarter. He's got 26. 53-48. 2.5 minutes to go, fourth quarter. Crockett up top, Fralick. Fralick watched there by Doctor. Crossover dribble. Works his way in. Swings it off to Crockett in the corner. Now he comes down to the wing. Crockett pass here near side. Ziski gives it back to Reichel. Reichel will try to get it off to the ball. Knocked away on the floor. Grabbed by Samuelson to Doctor. Doctor, stop, pop, three-pointer off the mark. He had Matson cutting to the basket in case he missed it. And now we've got a loose ball foul called on Dieterle. That's number 4 on Jack. They had a 2-on-1. And down by 5, Doctor, with the defensive man playing off him, went for the 3, and he had Matson cutting the basket, so he had a rebounder there, but the rebound came off different, and the loose ball foul called on Jack, so Fralick is at the line to shoot 2. First one is up, good. 54-48. Xander Compson in, Sikora will sit down. Another free throw. Up. Good. Timeout. Northern Cass. And it's going to be a full timeout taken by Northern Cass. We'll step aside. 2:06 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Jaguars lead at 55-48. This is Highlander Boys Basketball on the Highlander Activity Network, brought to you tonight by Essentia Health.
Also, 50-50 tickets are being sold for the junior class. The drawing will be at halftime of the girls' game.
Two minutes, 6 seconds left to go in regulation. 55-48 Valley City. And here comes Matson brings the ball into the front court for the Highliners, trailing by 7. Matson lost the handle and he's fouled from behind. And if that's on Reichel, that's number 3 on Hudson. It'll be number 3 on Hudson. Number 3 on the Jaguars. 1:58 to go. Inbounds, Matson in the left corner. Matson, baseline, nice pass. Oh, a little too high for Doctor. Tried to jump past Doctor, who was just right of the lane, went right over his head and out of bounds. .55-48. And a ball knocked out of bounds and brings the whistle. So the inbound will be on the sideline. Again, senior night / parents night coming up. So there'll be a lull here. We'll break away. Now we got a timeout taken by Coach Laxdal for Northern Cass. It'll be a 30-second timeout with 1:50 left to go. That is his final 30. He's still got 2 pulls. Valley City has 2 pulls and both of their 30s. Again, tonight's coverage of Highlander basketball brought to you by Essentia Health in Valley City. Family medicine providers may offer prenatal care as part of their services, even if they don't deliver babies. Call to learn of this, if this service is currently offered here in Valley City. Learn more about primary care options at the Valley City Clinic. Essentia Health sponsoring tonight's boys and girls basketball doubleheader. Glad you could be with us here on the Highlander Activity Network tonight. Paul McDonald, along with our technical director, camera operator, and custodian, Beckett Ness. Cleaned up after some popcorn was spilled on the floor, and it wasn't his popcorn, and he sweeped it up. I was impressed, because I wouldn't do it, but that's just me. Here it comes into the front court, Freilich, and boy, he was stumbling, rumbling, and fumbling all the way up the floor, and a foul going to be called on Xander Thompson. That'll be number 3 on Xander, and that will send Freilich to the free throw line to shoot a couple of charity tosses. He's got 5 points tonight, 3 for 3 at the free throw line. Wearing that guard would tell me he had a broken nose at one point or cheek injury. Hits the first one. Second free throw, trying to make it a 9-point game, and does. 57-48, 9-point lead. Here's Doctor in the front court. Gets it out to Samuelson. He'll take the long 2. No. Rebound, Matson. Back underneath. Up and no. Backside rebound grabbed by Crockett. And the Jaguars, with 90 seconds to go, will bring it up the floor. Pass far wing, Reichel. 57-48, Northern Cass. Again, score right now very similar to the last time these two teams played. Only this one has been fairly close from the get-go. That one, it was a big third quarter that did in Valley City. There's a foul from behind on Doctor. That'll be number 4 on Finn. And we're already into double bonus, if you will. Freilich will go back to the free throw line. He is 5 for 5 at the line tonight, 7 points. And the right-hander's free throw, good. 58-48. And the next free throw, right-hander bends and sends, good. Rattles that one in. 6 for 6 in the quarter, 7 for 7 for the game. Here's Matson for Valley City, down by 11. Matson to Doctor, top of the key. Doctor from the free throw line, 15-footer short. The rebound is taken down by Freilich. Inside a minute to go, and then he is fouled. And let's see, they calling that on 4. Yep. That's on Finn Doctor. That's number 5 on Doctor. So he is fouled out. And they'll bring Andrew Sikora in. Doctor, 12 points tonight. At the line, Freilich. Up and no. That is his first miss tonight. 7 of 8 at the line. 10 points. Free throw up. Good. Actually, he does have 10 points now. 8 of 9 at the free throw line. Here's Matson for 3. Front of the rim. Can't get it to fall. Hoyland gets the rebound, and we got a foul called. So another game that the final score is not going to be indicative of how close the game was played. That foul is going to be called against Valley City on Sikora. That's number 4 on Sikora. 44.4 seconds to go. Hoyland to the free throw line. And the right-hander, free throw is on the way. Good. Well, Northern Cass has been very good at the charity stripe here in the second half. And in the fourth quarter, 9 of 11 at the line here in the fourth quarter. As Deegan Osby getting ready to check in, and he will have to wait. Free throw miss. Dieterle with his 8th rebound. I jinxed him. Three-pointer from the corner for Sikora. Bounces out. Samuelson rebound, backs his way in for 2. Samuelson got the rebound and gets his first bucket of the game, and a timeout taken by Valley City. It's a full timeout, 32.6 seconds to go. 61-50 is your score. Northern Cass with the lead. We're back with the final 32 seconds of this one. This is Highlander basketball on the Highlander Activity Network. .6 seconds left on the clock. Again, the Jaguars already shooting free throws in foul situation. They still actually can foul one more time, but up by 11. Shot clock off. Jaguars have all 5 players on the baseline out of bounds. There's the first one that goes from one to another out of bounds. As Osby checks in out of that timeout. Here's Freilich in the backcourt. Freilich, far side. Here comes across his Aziski. And looks like the Highlanders are just going to be content to let this one go. Matson is standing nose to nose right now with Freilich at half court. 13 seconds to go. Again, the shot clock is off, so there's no reason for him to shoot. So the Jaguars are going to pick up a win tonight. Your final score is going to be 61-50. Valley City drops to 0-9 in region play, 3-13 overall, as the Jaguars improved to 10-5 overall and 3-3 in region play. Back with our post game. This is Highlander basketball on the Highlander Activity Network.
Thank you for joining us tonight for this special night. It's your parents and senior night. So parents, we know that you give up a lot of time and lots of food and concession money, so we appreciate everything that you do. Freshmen, Josie Heck. Parents, Jill and Jordan Heck. Sophomore, Danica Aberly. Parents, Amber and Jeremy Aberly.
As we have our senior night tonight, let's give you a rundown of what happened in the boys' game. Again, final score 61-50. Advantage to Northern Cass. For Valley City, Mike Matson, 26 points tonight. And 7 of those came in the fourth quarter, had 14